Hi everybody, my name is Tosh. I just wanted to make this quick video on how to dial your ATR. This is for Onewheel-like devices that are running VESC and either on the float package or ReFloat package. So this video is basically for people who have set up their board already. It's working good. You can feel the ATR when you go up a hill, but it's slow to engage and it kind of just feels like too little too late a lot of the times, or maybe too much, but still too late. There is hope that you can totally change it and you can make it good. You can make it feel like a future motion board. So let's go over a couple of the settings. But first, let's talk about what ATR is and how it's computed. If you don't care about that, just skip forward in the video. I'll add a chapter or something. So ATR is basically the re-leveling of your board, right? So you're normally riding level, and then when you start going up a hill, you might get to a point where the nose is scraping, right? It's scraping on the nose. So the board can re-level itself and go up or down, depending on if you're going up or down, to still be more parallel with the incline at what you're riding. Now, that seems like it should just be an easy thing and you'll just be like, okay, just detect the incline and just take me there, right? Well, how would you detect the incline? And the way that we do that is you basically look at the acceleration of the device. So like how fast am I gaining velocity or losing velocity? And you basically have your actual acceleration versus what you expect to accelerate. And by looking at that, you can say, okay, if I expected to accelerate more than I actually did, then maybe I'm going uphill. Or if I accelerated more than I expected to, then maybe I'm going downhill, or vice versa. So for values to start at with ATR, I would probably start with 1 for the uphill and downhill strength, and you can go up and down from there. The threshold angle, I would probably do 0.5 to 1.5 degrees. For the tilt back speed and release speed, I would probably do anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees. And then everything else, I would just leave the way it is. Once you have all your default settings more or less configured, you should hop on the board, ride it around, take it up some hills, take it down some hills, try hard braking, try hard acceleration up a hill, take it up something really that changes angle really quickly, has a quick transition rather. And things you could change are the strength. So the strength is the overall amount of ATR that you're getting. Try going from 1 to 1.5 and then going up a hill, and you'll feel that it's just a lot stronger compared to 1 when it's at 1.5. The threshold angle up and down, this is basically the angle at which ATR is going to start to kick in. So what it's saying now at 0.5 is, okay, I'm flat. Anytime I go above or anytime I go above or below 0.5 degrees of difference in basically from flat, I'm going to kick ATR in. Now, the lower you have it, the more ATR you're going to get at small amount of angle. The higher you have it, the less ATR you're going to get. So if you're maybe a street rider or you're riding a bunch of serious chunk that you really just want your board to stay level, you would turn that up. But if you're riding trails and you want your board to just pretty much respond to every up or down, then I would put that at 0.5 like I have it. The tilt back angle limit, this is so basically the maximum amount of ATR you can get. So at 9 degrees, I'm 9 degrees off of axis, which is, it sounds like it's not that much, but 9 degrees is a lot. You could go up or down with this. You're probably not going to hit the full amount unless you really have your strength up. So I just have mine at 9. You could turn it up a little bit or turn it down. The max tilt back speed and release speed are the most important settings in ATR, in my opinion. And that's how quickly am I going to re-level the board. So if I'm at flat right now, the expected acceleration versus actual acceleration is different. So we decide that we do need to do ATR. I'm going to go from 0 to 4 degrees. Or, how quickly am I going to go from 0 to 4 degrees? Am I going to go at 1 degree per second and just barely inch up? or am I going to go at 100 degrees per second and level the board up really quickly? I will say future motion boards re-level really quickly. If you get on one, you'll notice that when you start to go up a hill, or if you start to go, down a hill, you can feel it usually re-level really quickly, which is why I have mine about 10 times higher than the default value. And the release speed is just the opposite of that. Okay, we're going up a hill, we re-leveled the board up, now we're going back to flat. How quickly do we want to do that? Everything else, the response boost, the transition boost, those are about high-speed ATR. I would probably touch those after you feel good about your low-speed ATR. Everything in advanced I would not mess with unless you are really deep into it, and I would probably read all the little help sections first. Those are pretty much the things to play with. As you can see my values here. This is for a GT, this board, a 75 volt GT with a 5-inch hub and in 52 magnets. But it's also true that, just as every car has a different top speed and the throttle response is different, every board is going to have a different response. So you should really start somewhere, like the values that I talked about, and go up and down from there and play with it yourself. But don't be afraid to play with those and get your board dialed, because ATR can be good. It can be just as good as the future motion version with enough tinkering, and yeah.